Welcome to the mysterious world of Maine cryptids, where legends intertwine with reality, and the unknown lurks within the shadows of the pine tree state. From the eerie depths of Moonshine Lake to the dense forests, join us on a journey through time as we unravel the tales of Bigfoot and a myriad of other intriguing beings that have captured the imagination of Mainers for generations. Prepare to delve into the realm of the bizarre, the perplexing, and the downright spine-chilling as we explore the rich history of cryptid encounters that have left a lasting mark on the folklore of Maine. Maine's current folklore finds one of its origins in the rich tapestry of European traditions brought by the early settlers to the region. European influence has deeply shaped the tales of vampires, werewolves, and witches that continue to captivate the imaginations of Maine's inhabitants. European settlers carried with them a wealth of folklore and legends steeped in centuries of storytelling and superstition. Tales of vampires, undead creatures that preyed upon the living by feeding on their blood, originated in Eastern Europe and quickly spread across the continent. Similarly, werewolf legends had deep roots in European folklore, with stories of shape-shifting humans transforming into wolves under the light of the full moon. Witchcraft beliefs also played a significant role in shaping Maine's folklore, with stories of witches possessing supernatural powers and engaging in dark rituals. The fear of witchcraft led to suspicions, accusations, and even trials, leaving a lasting mark on the cultural landscape of Maine. As European settlers established communities in Maine, they brought these tales with them, adapting them to reflect their new surroundings. Over time, these stories merged with local superstitions and experiences, creating a unique blend of European folklore that continues to resonate in the region to this day. Nestled in the heart of Portland, Maine, amidst the decaying headstones and desolate expanses of the Western Cemetery, lies a grave that has intrigued and mystified locals for generations. This grave, belonging to the Reverend John White Chickering Baker, has become the center of urban legends, whispered tales of witchcraft, and chilling stories of vampirism. The enigmatic monument stands as a silent sentinel to a past filled with tragedy and superstition, casting long shadows over the historic grounds of one of Maine's oldest cemeteries. The Western Cemetery, much like its counterpart on the eastern side of the city, has suffered the ravages of time and neglect. Amidst the jumble of broken glass and shattered headstones, the grave of Reverend Baker stands out. The gravestone, once an ornate cross, has continued to wither through the years, torn apart by the harsh Maine elements, now just a single pillar, and the intricate Latin inscriptions that adorn its base speak to a time when craftsmanship and reverence for the dead were paramount. The raised patterns and Celtic knotwork, now weathered and deteriorated, hint at a story far more elaborate than the ordinary lives etched on the neighboring stones. Reverend John White Chickering Baker was a young deacon who succumbed to tuberculosis, a disease often shrouded in mystery and fear during the Victorian era. When he died in 1871 at the tender age of 33, his body was brought back from England to his hometown in Portland. The Eastern Argus detailed the solemn procession and the intricate design of his coffin, which bore a red cross and was encased in English oak. Yet, despite his tragic and untimely death, it is the rumors and legends surrounding his grave that have kept his memory alive, albeit in a spectral form. The association between tuberculosis and vampirism is not unique to Maine, but is deeply rooted in the folklore of New England. In the 19th century, tuberculosis was a misunderstood and feared disease. Its wasting effects on the body led many to believe in supernatural causes. Corpses of suspected vampires were often exhumed, and rituals performed to prevent them from preying on the living. This fear of the undead has woven itself into the narrative of Reverend Baker's grave, transforming a young deacon's resting place into a site of eerie fascination. Local legends add to this mystique. One particularly chilling tale suggests that standing on Reverend Baker's grave at midnight during a full moon results in having one's soul sucked out. This ironic twist, considering Baker's devout life and untimely death, underscores the deep-seated fears and superstitions that permeate Maine's folklore. The connection to witchcraft adds another layer to the grave's eerie allure. Some locals believe that the intricate designs and Latin inscriptions on the grave are indicative of protective spells meant to ward off evil spirits or curses. This belief is bolstered by the cemetery's history of desecration and vandalism, which some say has disturbed the spirits resting there, leading to supernatural occurrences and sightings. Despite efforts to restore the Western Cemetery, it remains a place of somber beauty and haunting neglect. The once ornate grave of Reverend Baker now stands amidst broken beer bottles and the remnants of vandalism. Yet it continues to draw those curious about its history and the macabre legends that surround it. In the realm of Maine's wilderness, the echoes of ancient voices carry the rich heritage of Native American lore through the ages. Amidst the rugged beauty of the landscape, legends of powerful thunderbirds and the Lord of Storms intertwine with stories of mystical encounters and otherworldly beings. For the indigenous peoples of the region, Mount Katahdin was more than just a towering peak. It was a sacred realm inhabited by celestial beings and guardians of the natural order. Among these guardians were the thunderbirds, majestic creatures with the power to command the elements and wage war against the serpents of the beneath realm. These thunderbirds, described as gigantic birds with the ability to transform into human-like forms, made their home amidst the crags and caverns of Mount Katahdin, where they watched over the land and its inhabitants. According to Passamaquoddy lore recorded by Charles Leland, Mount Katahdin was also home to a mysterious maiden and her formidable brothers who wielded the thunder and lightning like weapons against their enemies. Their presence on the mountain, along with the ancient tales of encounters with these powerful beings, imbued Katahdin with an aura of mystery and reverence among the native peoples. But Mount Katahdin was not only the domain of benevolent guardians, it was also home to Pamola, the fearsome half-man, half-eagle creature known as the Lord of Storms. According to Penobscot legends, Pamola ruled over the highest peaks of Katahdin, unleashing his wrath upon those who dared to venture too close. Tales of hunters trapped in snowstorms, seeking refuge in Pamola's lair, and the eerie disappearances of those who defied his warnings added to the mountain's mystique. The Native American tribes also spoke of the Little People, beings similar to fairies and hobbits who inhabited the forests and hills of Maine. Some were mischievous tricksters, while others were benevolent helpers. But all were part of the rich tapestry of folklore woven by the indigenous peoples. Today, the legends of Mount Katahdin continue to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the enduring power of storytelling and the deep connection between humanity and the natural world. In the remote wilderness of Washington County, Maine, lies a hidden gem known as Poco Moonshine Lake, a tranquil haven for some, a mysterious realm for others. But beneath the serene surface of these waters lurks a creature that has left its mark on both legend and landscape. Almost everyone in this region has heard whispers of the Poco Moonshine Lake monster, a serpent-like entity whose presence haunts the depths of the lake. Many who frequent these waters claim to have witnessed the creature, or at the very least, the enigmatic trails it leaves in its wake. Yet, those who encounter this aquatic behemoth often keep their tails close, fearing the skepticism that awaits them. The monster, resembling a water snake, reveals only glimpses of its head and occasional parts of its lengthy body while submerged. Estimates of its true size vary, ranging from a modest 30 feet to an awe-inspiring 60 feet. Unlike typical water snakes, these creatures are said to have a width of 4 feet, leaving trails through soft ground that hint at their mysterious presence. Ancient petroglyphs tell tales of water serpents among the Passamaquoddy, describing encounters with these creatures dating back thousands of years. The supreme achievement of John Neptune, a shaman of great powers, is chronicled in a battle with the dreaded Wee Williamic, a monstrous underwater entity. The fight, set at Boyden's Lake in Perry, left its mark on the landscape, known today as Nesaic, meaning roily or muddy from the great encounter. Neptune transformed into a horned snail, and his opponent, a Micmac chief, became a colossal serpent, 40 feet in length. Their battle unfolded in the waters of Nesaic, resulting in Neptune's victory. The defeated serpent was tied to a tree on the lake's shore, leaving a lasting legend etched in the annals of time. As with many legendary tales, skeptics arose. The March 21st, 1882 issue of the Machias Union featured an article entitled Chain Lake Snake, where Sewell S. Quimby attempted to debunk the existence of the monster. Quimby's account clashed with reports of a creature leaving long, curving tracks on land, prompting heated debates about the reality of the Poco Moonshine Lake monster. Quimby refuted the sightings, attributing them to misinterpretations of normal events. His skepticism clashed with accounts of witnesses like Hall and Libby, who described seeing a monstrous serpent on the shores of Chain Lake, its smallest part as large as a pork barrel. The controversy continued as stories emerged of a massive trail, 4 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and a quarter-mile long, seen by Hunnewell of Alexander. Skeptics dismissed these accounts as the result of freezing and thawing swamp conditions, while believers clung to the possibility of a landlocked monster in the small freshwater ponds of the Machias Chain Lakes. Whether these tales are grounded in reality or steeped in myth, the legend of the Poco Moonshine Lake monster endures. Visitors to Poco Moonshine Lake are urged to keep their eyes open, not just for the serene beauty of the surroundings, but for any signs of the elusive creature that may still roam these waters. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the rugged wilderness of Maine was a bustling hub of the logging industry, where lumberjacks of Scandinavian descent braved the elements to harvest timber in some of the most remote corners of the state. Life in the logging camps of Maine was a harsh and unforgiving existence, where men toiled from dawn till dusk, wielding axes and cross-cut saws with skill and determination. Amidst the solitude of the Maine woods, legends were born. Tales of extraordinary strength and daring deeds echoed through the camps, passed down from one generation of lumberjacks to the next. These stories, woven from the fabric of their daily lives, became an integral part of Maine's rich folklore, shaping the cultural identity of the state for generations to come. In the early 20th century, notable figures like Jigger Johnson emerged from the ranks of Maine's lumberjacks, their exploits becoming the stuff of legend. From catching bobcats barehanded to surviving brutal winters with little more than their wits and instincts, these larger-than-life characters left an indelible mark on the folklore of the region. But it wasn't just individual lumberjacks who left their mark on Maine's cultural landscape. It was the camps themselves. In the evenings, as the men gathered around crackling campfires, they shared stories of giants and spirits, of triumphs and tragedies, weaving a tapestry of tales that would forever shape the collective memory of the Maine woods. At its heart stands the towering figure of Paul Bunyan, a legendary lumberjack whose story is as vast and enduring as the wilderness itself. Born amidst a thunderous storm, Bunyan's legend begins with his colossal size and superhuman feats, accompanied always by his faithful companion, Babe the Blue Ox. Together they traversed the rugged terrain of Maine, shaping the land with each swing of Bunyan's mighty axe. His boot prints, said to have formed the lakes and meadows of the region, serve as a testament to his immense power and enduring legacy. Yet alongside Bunyan's larger-than-life tale, Maine's folklore also boasts a host of fearsome critters and mythical beasts. From the elusive hide-behind to the eerie cries of the tree squeak, each creature adds its own unique flavor to the storytelling tradition. As lumberjacks gather around campfires to swap stories, their voices filled with excitement and trepidation, they recount encounters with these otherworldly beings. their tales a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. In the depths of the Maine wilderness, where the line between myth and reality blurs, whispers abound of a creature that dwells high among the branches, known to the locals as the tree squeak. This elusive cryptid, shrouded in mystery, is said to spend its days wrapped tightly around thick tree limbs, blending seamlessly with the bark in a remarkable display of camouflage. Resembling a curious amalgamation of a weasel and an opossum, the tree squeak possesses long limbs and a sinuous tail, perfectly adapted for life amidst the treetops. Its fur, resembling the texture and color of the surrounding bark, allows it to remain virtually invisible to all but the most discerning eye. The tree squeak is known for its chameleon-like abilities, able to adjust its coloration to match its surroundings with uncanny precision. But it is during windy days that this cryptid truly reveals itself, emitting a series of haunting calls that echo through the forest. From soft squeaks to startling explosions, the tree squeak's vocalizations draw curious lumberjacks deeper into the woods, only to leave them bewildered and lost amidst the towering trees. For generations, the tree squeak has remained a symbol of the mysteries that lie hidden within Maine's wilderness. Far removed from the treetops where the tree squeak dwells, another sinister presence lurks in the shadows of Maine's forests, the dreaded hide-behind. This nocturnal predator, feared by lumberjacks and adventurers alike, is said to stalk its prey under the cover of night, striking with deadly precision from the darkness. The hide-behind is a master of concealment, able to vanish from sight with alarming ease. As its name suggests, it hides behind objects and even observers themselves, eluding capture and evading detection with unnerving efficiency. Legends speak of the hide-behind's insatiable appetite for human flesh, particularly its preference for the intestines of its victims. Lumberjacks who dared venture too far from camp found themselves ensnared in its clutches, dragged back to its lair to meet a gruesome end. Despite countless attempts to capture or vanquish this elusive creature, the hide-behind remains a sinister presence in Maine's wilderness, a reminder of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface of the forest's serene facade. In the dense forests of Maine, tales abound of the mysterious Lucifer, a creature often mistaken for its blue-furred counterpart, Cellophane. Lucifer, a giant bear-sized Canada lynx, prowls the night with haunting cries that send shivers down the spines of those who dare to venture into the darkness. Unlike Cellophane, Lucifer boasts a more traditional appearance, with her coat adorned in the earthy hues of a typical Canada lynx, a blend of tawny beige, grey and white, perfectly suited to her woodland habitat. Despite her immense size, Lucifer's intimidating stature is accentuated by her piercing yellow eyes and powerful presence. Though Lucifer has never been known to harm humans, her nocturnal serenades have left many trembling in their boots. As recounted by T.H. Gray and Christopher Packard, tales of Lucifer's cries haunting the night have become ingrained in local folklore, passed down through the ages. Yet, despite her fearsome reputation, Lucifer remains a misunderstood creature of the wilderness. Meanwhile, Cellophane, with her striking blue fur and deceptive mimicry, stalks the forests not only in Maine, but also in the neighboring states of New Hampshire and Vermont. Mistakenly linked to Lucifer due to their shared habitat and similar attributes, Cellophane's predatory prowess strikes fear into the hearts of all who cross her path. From her deceptive cries to her imposing size, Cellophane is a force to be reckoned with throughout the northern reaches of New England. As the legends intertwine, the true nature of these cryptic creatures remains shrouded in mystery. Whether encountered in the depths of the forest or whispered about around the campfire, the tales serve as a testament to the enduring power of folklore in the untamed wilderness of the Northeast. When looking closely at the lumberjack tales, there is a reoccurring theme where cryptids look to punish workers who are lazy, or even worse, can't handle their alcohol. The punishments usually are harsh, sickness, and in most times a gruesome, untimely death. In the dark woods of Maine, where the whispers of ancient myths intertwine with the rustling leaves, there lies a cryptid seldom spoken of, the elusive and eerie Will-am-alone. Resembling a squirrel but harboring a noxious hobby, this creature's legend weaves a tale of mischief, intoxication, and the haunting consequences that befall those who cross its path. A creature shrouded in mystery, the Will-am-alone is a quick and rarely seen varmint known for its peculiar and malevolent behavior. It crafts small, poisonous lichen balls, which it then cunningly drops onto the eyelids and into the ears of unsuspecting, slumbering lumbermen. The aftermath is a nightmarish symphony of awful dreams, pounding headaches, and hallucinations, with visions of strange objects emerging in the pristine snow. The Will-am-alone seems to have a particular affinity for targeting the hardest drinkers in lumber camps, especially during the Prohibition era when illegal liquor flowed freely. The combination of the noxious lichen and homemade spirits proved nearly fatal, leaving drunken lumbermen in a perilous state. Curiously, the effects of the lichen are said to be cured by ingesting the skin of the side-hill winder, a rabbit-like creature that navigates hillsides in corkscrew fashion. However, the remedy comes at a steep cost, as consuming the side-hill winder's flesh is believed to bring about a hard and sudden death. A cautionary tale indeed. The Will-am-alone made its first documented appearance in American Myths and Legends, 1903, by Charles M. Skinner, classified under Maine's Woodland Terrors. This enigmatic creature was often associated with camp chores, with the belief that performing errands around camp could appease its hostility, particularly targeting those inebriated. As time passed, the Will-am-alone faded into the annals of folklore, but resurfaced in Chris Packard's Mythical Creatures of Maine, 2022. Packard drew parallels between the Will-am-alone and native stories of the Mikumwesuk from Wabanaki folklore. Noting their shared characteristics of small stature, hairiness, and a penchant for targeting sleepers when angered, Gary Carden, in his Appalachian Bestiary, 2012, added a layer to the tale, suggesting that the name of the Will-am-alone was shared orally among lumber camps, indicating its migratory nature. As for the origin of its name, the haunting mystery remains. Theories abound, with one speculative notion proposing a connection to a solitary figure named William, who met his solitary end at the claws of these cryptic creatures. Will-am-alone may well echo the last words of a lumberman ensnared in the fungi-laced grasp of these fearsome critters. In the modern age, the Will-am-alone exists more in whispers and tales than in tangible encounters, but its eerie legacy persists, a reminder to all to be cautious where one lays down to rest. In the heart of the Prohibition state of Maine, where the dense woods echoed with the sounds of lumberjacks and the illicit whispers of moonshine, there existed a peculiar and eerie legend, the legend of the Razorshins. This immortal humanoid, with razor-sharp shin bones and an insatiable thirst for liquor, became the stuff of both dread and fascination among the logging communities. As the tale goes, new employees entering the logging camps were initiated into a mysterious tradition. On the night of the full moon, it was customary for these rookies to leave a jug of Bangor whiskey outside their cabin doors. The offering, it was said, was meant to appease the enigmatic Razorshins. If the jug was found emptied by morning and the Razorshins deemed the whiskey to their liking, a strange and supernatural pact unfolded. According to the legend, the Razorshins, fueled by the spirits of the illicit brew, would demonstrate their supernatural prowess. Using their razor-sharp shin bones, they would embark on a task seemingly impossible for mere mortals, felling a tree for the new recruit. It was a bizarre exchange, a dance between the mundane and the supernatural, where the mystical creature performed labor in exchange for the nectar of the forbidden. However, the stakes were high, and the consequences severe for those who failed to honor the ritual. Tales whispered around campfires spoke of unfortunate souls caught in the woods by the vengeful Razorshins, facing gruesome fates. Scalping and mutilation awaited those who neglected to offer the customary tribute of whiskey, as if the forest itself sought retribution for the breach of the cryptic contract. The Razorshins, shrouded in mystery and darkness, became a cautionary tale among the logging fraternity. Were they real, or merely a cleverly concocted story, spun to ensure a steady flow of free alcohol from unsuspecting newcomers? Skeptics and believers clashed in their interpretations, but the eerie tales endured, passed down through generations like whispers in the wind. As we delve into the enigmatic cryptids of Maine, the Razorshins stand as a testament to the blend of folklore, superstition, and the peculiar circumstances of Prohibition-era life. Whether a cautionary myth or a spectral guardian of the woods, the legend of the Razorshins lingers, inviting us to question the thin veil between reality and the supernatural. In the dark and mysterious woods of northwest Maine, where the echoes of axes and falling trees have long faded, a creature of legend and lore lurks in the shadows. The Bildad, a fearsome critter from the folklore of North American lumberjacks. Legend has it that the Bildad, scientifically known as Saltipiscata falcarostratus, makes its home exclusively around Boundary Pond. This nocturnal piscivore is a master of the hunt, waiting patiently by grassy areas with insects abound. Its method of fishing is as bizarre as its appearance. With astonishing speed, it leaps over fish, smacking its tail down with a force that stuns its prey. Some say the sound resembles paddling, leading unsuspecting canoers to be mistaken for the elusive Bildad. Once considered a delicacy by lumberjacks, the Bildad's meat remains an enigma. Stories tell of a lumberjack named Bill Murphy who dared to taste the mysterious creature. The consequences were dire: sickness, glazed eyes, and a bizarre transformation as he imitated the Bildad's leap, ultimately meeting a tragic end. Picture a creature the size of a beaver, with long kangaroo-like hind legs, short front legs, webbed feet, and a formidable hawk-like beak. Comparisons to Australia's platypus arise, suggesting that the Bildad might be the hidden marsupial of North America. Cryptozoologists speculate on its existence, drawing parallels to the discovery of the platypus that was initially thought to be a hoax. Could the Bildad be the second marsupial native to North America? Despite the tales spun by lumberjacks in the quiet heart of nature, no living or dead Bildad has ever been found. Boundary Pond, a tranquil corner of Maine, may hold the secret to this mysterious creature. In the heart of Maine's wilderness lies a mystery that has intrigued and puzzled generations, known as the Lunksoos, or the Indian Devil. Venturing into the depths of Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument, one may come across signs for Lunksoos Mountain and Lunksoos Camps, sparking curiosity about the folklore surrounding this elusive entity. The Lunksoos is not merely a figment of imagination, it is a creature shrouded in linguistic confusion and historical misinterpretation. The native Penobscot people, who once inhabited central Maine, referred to a fearsome wolverine as Alaxos. However, due to linguistic disparities, this term was often misconstrued by English speakers as a Lunksoos. The wolverine, a powerful and formidable hunter with claws, jaws, and an intimidating musk, became the misunderstood embodiment of the mysterious Lunksoos. Henry David Thoreau, in his ventures through the Maine woods, unknowingly contributed to the confusion, as did other tales describing the Lunksoos as a large cat or a hairy humanoid. The reality, however, points to the wolverine, a creature well known to science but driven to extinction in Maine by the late 1800s. The misapplication of the term Lunksoos and the scarcity of wolverines further fueled the mystique surrounding this misunderstood creature. The Lunksoos area, nestled in T3R7 Wells, boasts stunning views of the east branch of the Penobscot River and historic sites such as the Hunt Farm and Lunksoos camps. As tales of the Lunksoos echo through time, one is reminded of 19th century lore recounted by Henry Clay Watson. Describing an animal belonging to the feline race, the Lunksoos became a source of dread for the Penobscot Indians, unlike the moose, bear, or wolf. The region, steeped in history, reveals the Hunt Farm as the last outpost of civilization on the East Branch, according to John Hakola. In the late 19th century, lumbering opportunities drew individuals like William H. Hunt and Hiram Dacey to the East Branch, leading to the establishment of camps and farms. The Dacey farm site eventually became the headquarters for Ayers and Rogers, who expanded logging and established the Lunxu sporting camp. By the 1940s and 1950s, some camps integrated into Baxter State Park, while the Lunxu site remained privately owned until the establishment of Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument in 2016. The Lunxu's mystery, rooted in linguistic nuances and historical events, continues to captivate those who traverse the wilderness of Maine. As the echoes of ancient tales mingle with the rustling leaves, the Lunxus remains an enduring enigma, a creature of both reality and myth, forever etched into the lore of Maine's untamed landscapes. In the shadowed depths of Maine's coniferous woods lies a creature of myth and mystery, the agropelta, Anthrocephalus craniofractans. A fearsome critter, it inhabits the hollow recesses of trees, awaiting the unwary with an eerie patience. Legends tell of its swift, unseen movements, hurling wooden splinters and branches at those who dare to intrude upon its territory. Described as having a slender, wiry body and the villainous face of an ape, the agropelta's arms are like muscular whiplashes, capable of snapping off dead branches and propelling them through the air with deadly precision. Some claim it moves so quickly that it remains perpetually unseen, a phantom of the woods. The agropelta's diet is eclectic, ranging from woodpeckers and hoot owls, northern flickers, and dozy rottenwood. Born on February 29th, in odd numbers, its pups are linked to the mysterious disappearances in the northern forests. Loggers, victims of falling branches, attributed their misfortune to the agropelta's malevolence. Survivors of agropelta attacks are rare, and one such survivor, Big Ol Kittleson, recounts a harrowing experience. The best-known survivor vividly describes the creature's terrifying features and its gruesome method of dispatching victims, leaving them stuffed in hollow tree trunks. As one of the most fearsome creatures in the Maine woods, the agropelta commands respect and caution. Its long limbs and ape-like appearance make it a formidable adversary, known for its lethal aim that can result in anything from a minor injury to fatal consequences. In the vast and mysterious woods of Maine, where loggers and woodsmen have long tread, there exists a creature that has puzzled and intrigued many, a creature known as the Totorode shagomore. The Totorode shagomore, scientifically named Bipedesta delucissimus, is a fearsome critter from American lumberjack tales. Described as the size of a horse, it possesses the front paws of a bear and the hind parts of a moose, creating an otherworldly blend akin to a mythical satyr. Its unique walking pattern, alternating between its front and hind legs, leaves perplexing tracks that stretch for half a mile in both directions, a cunning tactic that made it a creature of great stealth. Legends speak of the shagomore's peculiar appetite for cloth, especially cotton. Local folks would find their washings devoured, leading to tales of the mischievous creature haunting the woods. The shagomore was not only elusive, but also a master of confusion, alternating its walking style to confound lumberjacks on the hunt. Accusations of misidentifying tracks led to heated brawls among woodsmen. Over the years, the shagomore's depiction evolved. In 1939, it transformed into a more aggressive creature with sharp teeth, moose antlers, and devil horns. Renamed Peripatea garbagophagus, it became a menace that fed on anything and everything, including a man's right hand. Cryptozoologist Hal Johnson, the first to scientifically describe the creature, survived an encounter, proving that the Totorode shagomore was not invincible. Among the few who understood the mystery behind the shagomore's changing tracks was Gus Demo, a seasoned woodsman. His encounter revealed that the creature changed its tracks precisely every quarter of a mile and always followed tote roads or blazed lines through the woods. Gus Demo's observations suggested that the shagomore, with its limited counting ability up to 440, imitated the actions of surveyors and timber cruisers, leading to its unique walking pattern. From the Rangeley Lakes to the Allagash, the Tota Road Shagamoor continues to be a puzzling enigma. Its origin remains a mystery, and its antics have left a mark on the folklore of Maine. In the depths of the North Maine woods, where the ancient trees whisper secrets and the rivers murmur tales, there exists a cryptid shrouded in mystery and terror. The Dingball, also referred to as the Dingmaul or Plunkus, a fearsome cougar that strikes fear into the hearts of those who dare to venture into its territory. Legend has it that the Dingball is not your ordinary big cat. It is a creature of cunning and malevolence, an elusive phantom lurking in the shadows of the dense Maine forests. While many dismiss the existence of cougars in the state, the Dingball uses this skepticism to its advantage, remaining hidden and undetected. The Dingball's modus operandi is as chilling as the eerie silence that blankets the North Maine woods. With its insatiable taste for human flesh, this cryptid employs a deadly tactic known as the sing and swing. Picture this. A melodic and enchanting song resonates through the trees, echoing through the stillness of the forest. The unsuspecting victim, drawn by the haunting melody, falls under the Dingball's spell. As the victim succumbs to the trance, the Dingball reveals its true nature. A tail adorned with a hairless ball, reminiscent of a medieval mace, swings into action. With a swift and merciless blow, the Dingball cracks the skull of its prey, leaving behind a scene more horrifying than any wild animal attack. The Dingball's eerie serenade serves as a deadly lullaby, luring those curious enough to explore the mysterious depths of the North Maine woods. Its cunning nature and supernatural abilities make it a formidable force, blending seamlessly with the shadows and striking fear into the hearts of those who dare to tread its domain. Maine, with its vast wilderness and dense forests, has been home to numerous reports of mysterious bipedal creatures, commonly associated with Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Over the years, witnesses from different parts of the state have shared their encounters with these elusive beings. In the year 1855, amidst the tranquil woods of Waldoboro, Maine, a peculiar incident unfolded on the morning of June 2nd. Mr. J.W. McHenry, engrossed in the timeless task of chopping wood, was abruptly startled by a bone-chilling scream emanating from the nearby forest. Driven by a mix of curiosity and apprehension, McHenry ventured into the woods, where he stumbled upon an astonishing sight: a small humanoid figure, cloaked in jet black fur, except for its face, hands and feet, standing between the trees. With determination, McHenry gave chase, eventually capturing the elusive creature. Bringing it to his home, he attempted to offer sustenance, but the creature refused all but dried beech nuts, emitting eerie shrieks akin to a distant locomotive's whistle. News of this remarkable encounter quickly spread throughout Waldoboro and beyond, captivating the minds of all who heard. Visitors flocked to McHenry's residence, eager to witness the peculiar Waldoboro wild man firsthand, each with their own theories and conjectures. As days turned to weeks and weeks to months, the legend of the Waldoboro wild man endured. As the legend of the Waldoboro wild man spread, it remained a mystery, a tale etched into the fabric of Maine's folklore. Late July 1973, a family was driving southbound on Route 95, just north of Bangor, Maine. The witness, along with her husband and 2 children, observed a large, hairy creature swiftly crossing the road. The creature, standing very erect with long strides, did not acknowledge the approaching vehicle. Intriguingly, the witness initially thought it might be a gorilla, but dismissed the idea. Years later, upon learning about Bigfoot, the witness recognized the similarity to what they had encountered. During the summer of 1985 in Acton, southern Maine, a witness was gathering cut firewood on their grandmother's land. Hearing a noise behind them, they turned around, expecting to see a moose in the moose country. Instead, about 30 feet away, stood a tall creature, gender unclear, observing them. Startled, the witness left the area immediately. In 1996 or 1997, near Bucksport, Maine, 2 sisters were driving to school one morning. Straight ahead on Route 46, they both saw a dark, shaggy-haired bipedal creature standing in the middle of the road. The creature, about the size of a human, vanished into the trees as they approached. The witness, comparing this to another sighting in Orrington, expressed the frustration of not being believed when sharing the encounter. On July 3, 1998, a man, along with his two sons, ages 5 and 10, was camping in Upton, Maine. While driving around Parmashini Lake, they had a classic sighting. As they rounded a corner, they spotted a creature standing on two legs, covered with long brown fur. The creature, approximately 7 feet tall, made large strides, crossing a dirt road without acknowledging the vehicle. The witnesses slowed down, but did not stop due to the presence of children in the vehicle. In Bryant Pond, Maine, on September 26, 2020, witness Mark Fisher and two friends had a multi-witness daylight sighting along power lines on Old County Road. While clearing a downed tree from an ATV trail, they noticed a massive bipedal creature about 200 yards away. The creature, upon noticing them, took a fast left turn into the woods. Investigating later, they heard a short howl followed by 2 sets of 3 tree knocks. In the heart of rural Maine, where the trees whisper secrets and the bogs hold dark mysteries, lies a hunting property tainted by fear. It was a bone-chilling November evening in 2015 when terror struck the heart of Burnham. A young college student, venturing into the wilderness in pursuit of game, unwittingly stumbled upon a horror that defied explanation. As dusk descended, casting long shadows across the land, the trail camera captured a glimpse of something unnatural lurking among the trees. Hunched behind a slender fir, its eyes gleaming with malevolent intent, a juvenile Sasquatch emerged from the darkness. The image, etched with dread, sent shockwaves through the community, awakening primal fears long forgotten. The student, his family steeped in the ancient tradition of hunting, sought solace in the familiar embrace of the forest. But as they delved deeper into the mystery, they unearthed horrors beyond comprehension. Whispers of unseen entities, their voices echoing through the night, haunted their every step, while spectral apparitions danced on the edges of perception. The hunting grounds, once a sanctuary for generations of hunters, became a battleground between the known and the unknown. Jeff Shepard, an investigator from the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, drawn into the web of terror, faced horrors beyond imagination as he ventured into the heart of darkness. Strange symbols carved into the trees, ominous X marks etched into the earth, and eerie arrangements of sticks hinted at an intelligence that defied reason. Witnesses, their faces etched with terror, whispered of encounters with creatures that should not exist, leaving only a trail of fear in their wake. February 27, 2016. On a brisk winter morning in the secluded wilderness near Hollis, Maine, a witness, preferring anonymity, stumbled upon a remarkable discovery. Amidst the pristine snow lay a series of footprints, distinct and sizable, etched near the forest's edge. Armed with a camera, the witness seized the opportunity to capture the elusive evidence, sparking curiosity about the existence of a creature often relegated to myth. Accompanied by Jeff Shepard, the witness embarked on a journey into the heart of mystery. Despite their diverse background as a 50-year-old educator and fervent birdwatcher, they shared a common fascination with the unknown, drawn together by the allure of the wilderness. Together they ventured back to the site, nestled within a local conservation area. As they traversed the tranquil landscape, signs of wildlife abounded: deer tracks, bear scat, and remnants of recent predator activity. Yet amidst the natural splendor, an uncanny ambiance lingered, weaving a subtle tapestry of intrigue. The witness's attention was drawn to the peculiar tree formations and distant echoes of wood knocks, casting a mysterious veil over the surroundings. The discovery of the juvenile Bigfoot's footprints hinted at a presence beyond comprehension, its enigmatic nature concealed within the depths of the forest. Echoes of the witness's past encounters with the unknown whispered through the air, adding layers of complexity to the narrative. childhood memories of startled encounters and eerie nights spent in the wilderness painted a vivid portrait of their journey. The haunting echoes of an otherworldly scream resonated in their memory, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lay hidden in the shadows. In the rural county where the witness grew up, whispers of Bigfoot sightings were commonplace, yet veiled in secrecy. The witness's reluctance to disclose the exact location hinted at a desire to safeguard the mysteries of the wilderness from prying eyes, preserving its enigmatic allure. As the encounter unfolded, Shepard found himself captivated by the intricate tapestry of the unknown. In the summer of 2016, a Maine family embarked on a quest unlike any other. The air crackled with anticipation as they ventured into the heart of Oxford County, near the tranquil shores of Razorshins Lake. With a sense of adventure coursing through their veins, the family set out in search of moose antlers, eager to uncover treasures hidden amidst the rugged terrain. Little did they know, their journey would lead them to the brink of terror, to a confrontation with the legendary creature that prowls the darkest corners of the forest, Bigfoot. Guided by the faint trail of moose tracks, the family delved deeper into the wilderness, each step bringing them closer to the unknown. As they traversed the dense undergrowth, a clearing emerged from the depths of the forest, a fleeting oasis of tranquility amidst the chaos of nature. Yet their moment of respite was short-lived, shattered by the ghastly sight that awaited them. Imprinted upon the earth, like a grotesque mockery of human anatomy, was a footprint unlike any other. Massive in size, with 5 ominous toes splayed across the soil, it spoke of a creature of immense power and primal fury. Fear gripped their hearts as they beheld the monstrous imprint, its presence casting a pall of dread over the once idyllic landscape. Even the skeptic among them, the wife who had scoffed at tales of the supernatural, could not deny the chilling reality laid bare before her eyes. But the horror did not end with the footprint. Along the winding game trail, signs of the creature's presence manifested. Broken birch trees, their splintered forms pointing like accusing fingers towards an unseen menace. It was as if the forest itself conspired to lead them into the jaws of doom. As night descended upon the wilderness, the family bore witness to inexplicable phenomena. Strange lights danced upon the distant horizon, their ethereal glow illuminating the darkness with an other-worldly brilliance. And amidst the inky depths of the forest, a bluish orb flickered in and out of sight, a spectral guardian of the unknown. Undeterred by fear, the family dared to summon answers from the abyss, performing wood knocks and calls in a desperate bid for communication. Yet the forest remained silent, its secrets shrouded in a veil of impenetrable mystery. In the heart of Vaughanwood State Park in South Berwick, Maine, a solitary hiker ventured deep into the wintry landscape on February 14, 2017. Armed with curiosity and a desire to connect with the mysterious, the hiker conducted intermittent calls and knocks, hoping for a response from the enigmatic creature known as Bigfoot. As dusk began to descend, a revelation emerged from the pristine snow, a trail of colossal footprints, each measuring a staggering 12 inches in length, with an 8-foot stride between steps. The hiker's pulse quickened with excitement as she realized the proximity to the elusive creature she had sought. With determination, she followed the trail deeper into the wilderness, the snow reaching knee-high at times, but unable to deter her from the pursuit of this monumental discovery. Capturing the moment with photographs and videos, the hiker documented the evidence of her encounter.
It's just ridiculous. Look at this. The heel on that. Oh my god, you can see the big toe right there. Oh my god. Holy. I mean, that's ginormous.
Days later, BFRO investigator Jeff Shepard delved into the investigation, examining the hiker's evidence and conducting his own observations. Despite encountering a fresh blanket of snow, Shepard traversed the trails, uncovering tracks of various wildlife, but none as compelling as the ones documented by the hiker. Through meticulous analysis and communication with the witness, Shepard pieced together the puzzle, affirming the authenticity of the hiker's account. With a background in technology and a passion for the unknown, Shepard approached the investigation with a blend of skepticism and open-mindedness, ultimately concluding that the witness was credible. On December 18, 2023, in Aroostook County, Maine, a severe winter storm knocked out power around 7 p.m. Multiple family members, including children, experienced various incidents on their isolated property near the Canadian border. The witness observed a tall, dark figure near their chicken coop, while others reported feeling watched, hearing guttural sounds, and seeing strange behavior in their dogs. The next morning, evidence of nocturnal activity included a disturbed trash bin and missing trash bags. In the dense, mysterious woods of Maine, a legendary creature roams, evoking both fascination and fear: the Maine Ridge Monster. This cryptid, a variant of the Bigfoot legend, defies a singular description, appearing as an 18-inch furry enigma or a towering 6 to 8 foot tall figure. Its fur oscillates between shades of black and brown with a distinctive white chest patch, adding an extra layer of unpredictability to its elusive nature. We encounter Drew from Waldo, Maine, whose humble account of spotting a 4 to 5 foot tall, black-furred creature adds a touch of humor to the narrative. Another chilling tale unfolds in 1974 in York County, where a late-night camper experienced a terrifying scream in the dark, accompanied by ominous bipedal footprints in the morning. A true, eerie encounter. As we traverse through time, a Sydney, Maine sighting in 2000 raises questions about the authenticity of 16-inch footprints leading to the Sydney bog. Concurrent sightings within a short time frame cast doubt on whether these were distorted human footprints in the snow. The mysteries deepen in 1988 as a father-son fishing trip reveals an old cabin with a log documenting Maine Ridge Monster sightings and hints at indigenous legends surrounding the creature. The Maine Ridge Monster remains an enigmatic figure, woven into the fabric of Maine's cryptid lore. Whether a product of folklore or a tangible presence, its elusiveness continues to captivate the imagination, leaving us to ponder the secrets hidden within the vast wilderness of the Pine Tree State. Where Meddybemps Lake reflects the mysteries of the deep woods, an eerie legend takes shape. The Meddybemps Howler, cousin to Bigfoot, an enigmatic being that roams the shadowy landscapes near the tranquil waters. Standing at an imposing 8 feet, these ape-like creatures, draped in reddish hair, move with an unsettling grace. The stories handed down by Native Americans speak of Guacu, the one who is hungry all the time. Their insatiable appetite seems sated by the abundant freshwater fish in Meddybemps Lake, but the darker tales hint at a more unsettling truth, one that involves the disappearance of little girls. The legends come to life in the memories of 2 elderly ladies who, in their youth, camped on a rocky island in the heart of the lake. As they cast lines for smallmouth bass, the tranquility would shatter with the haunting calls of the Meddybemps Howler, prompting swift interventions from parents and an uncle. These chilling echoes became a backdrop to their idyllic days, until one occasion when they were left alone on the island. The eerie howling grew louder, creating an uneasy atmosphere. As the sun dipped below the horizon, 2 towering figures, covered in black shiny hair, emerged from the lake. Giants with dripping wet forms, hands as large as the fish they coveted. The giants silently took the girl's catch, leaving behind a mix of fascination and terror. The legends extend beyond Meddybemps Lake. In the far northern reaches of Maine, tales circulate of a family of hairy giants crossing Stud Mill Road, carrying a live horseshoe hare. In the quiet town of River, nestled between the borders of Maine and New Hampshire, a mysterious creature roams the wooded areas near the Saco River, known as the White Monkey of Saco. a cryptid that has become a subject of local folklore and urban legends. Standing at an imposing height of 5 to 6 feet when on its hind legs, the white monkey possesses a muscular build and long arms reminiscent of a monkey or ape. Its fur, a pure and chilling white, serves as its natural camouflage amidst the snowy landscapes of Maine during the winter months. Witnesses claim to have encountered this elusive creature near Cascade Falls Park, describing its movements as agile and swift, leaving those who attempt to track or capture it in bewilderment. The origin of the white monkey of Saco remains shrouded in mystery. Some speculate it might be a misidentified animal, an escaped exotic pet, or even a rare albino primate. Others entertain the idea that it could be a remnant population of an unknown species, successfully eluding scientific discovery for centuries. Despite numerous accounts from those who swear they've glimpsed the creature, concrete evidence is conspicuously absent. No photographs, videos, or physical remains have been presented to validate these claims, leading skeptics to question the legitimacy of the sightings. Some argue that these encounters could be hoaxes, misinterpretations, or products of overactive imaginations. The white monkey of Saco exists in a realm between legend and reality, with local authorities and wildlife experts yet to officially recognize it as a legitimate cryptid. Formal investigations into its existence remain non-existent, further cementing its status as a local mystery rather than a scientifically established phenomenon. As tales of the white monkey persist, the creature's elusiveness draws parallels to its more famous cousin, Bigfoot. In the desolate forests of Maine, where the bitter cold clings to the barren branches and snow blankets the earth, a cryptid lurks, far more disturbing than the iconic Bigfoot that captures the public's imagination. Daniel S. Green, in his exploration of Maine's cryptid sightings, unveils legends that transcend the chilling tales of Bigfoot, introducing us to a creature feared by the Wabanaki tribes, the Kiwakwa. Known by different names among the tribes, the Penobscot tribe dubs it Kiwakwa, a name that serves as a warning in itself. Walks about the woods. Other tribes, the Micmac and Passamaquoddy, call it Chenoo. This humanoid giant, described with an unending appetite for human flesh and a heart of ice, sends shivers down the spine and echoes through the corridors of ancient folklore. The Kiwakwa, or Chenoo, was not merely a creature to the Wabanaki. It was a manifestation of deep, primal dread. Legends tell of a towering figure, sometimes male and female, its eerie shriek capable of instant death to those unfortunate enough to hear it. To survive in the frosty wilderness, the Chenoo develops its own camouflage, rubbing its body with pine resin and rolling in the ground's debris. A monster disguised as a desolate tree in the grey Maine winter. Local lore suggests a dark connection between the Chenoo and witchcraft, a curse inflicted by a witch or a powerful witch, transforming into this monstrous being upon death. The narratives weave a chilling tapestry, depicting humans who, through bravery and cleverness, befriend and even cure Chenoo of their cannibalistic condition. Yet, the most haunting detail is the icy heart, sometimes in the chest, sometimes in the stomach, shaped like a human figure. An embodiment of black magic that fuels the monster's power becomes its Achilles heel. Medicines of unknown recipes are said to make the Chenoo vomit up its heart and those of its kin, potentially reverting it to human form. Alternatively, gruesome methods like dismemberment or inducing the creature to eat salt serve as dark remedies to eradicate the menace. In the oral traditions of the Wabanaki tribes, these tales were shared around fireplaces during the unforgiving winters, painting a vivid picture of a time when survival was precarious and the threat of starvation loomed. The Chenoo, once human, transformed by demonic possession or as punishment for cannibalism, stood as a grim reminder of the struggles faced in a pre-modern Maine. The frost giants of the north, the cannibalistic horrors of Maine, continue to haunt the collective consciousness, their presence felt even in the darkest corners of the human mind. In the mystical realms of the Maine woods, another tale unfolds, a saga of a satyr in Cherryfield, immortalized in T.M. Gray's New England Graveside Tales. Picture the 1950s, a time when the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural blurred. As the echoes of the Cherryfield Goatman lingered, a local man found himself on a deserted road, his pickup truck succumbing to an inexplicable halt. A full gas tank from earlier that day became an empty vessel, leaving him perplexed in the silence of the woods. From the shadows emerged another spectral figure, a male adorned in a red flannel shirt, the quintessential attire of a Mainer. Naked from the waist down, his legs covered in thick hair, and shaped like a goat's. The mysterious figure bore the unmistakable features of a satyr. 2 horns adorned his forehead, and his pointed ears hinted at an otherworldly origin. The goat man, as if drawn to the stalled truck, crossed the road, smiled at the bewildered man, and vanished into the woods on the other side. Locked in panic within his truck, the witness witnessed the supernatural, his engine roaring to life as if touched by unseen forces. In a desperate drive back to town, he discovered a full gas tank, a perplexing twist to the eerie encounter. What unfolds is more than a mere tale. It's a glimpse into a continuum of strange experiences that connect the distant past with our modern world. The stalled vehicle, a recurring theme in UFO encounters, suggests a magical nature to the satyr, a paranormal and spiritual presence rather than a mere genetic mutant. The flannel shirt, a chilly testament to the Maine wilderness, not only identifies the Goatman as a Mainer, but also connects him to a lineage of flannel-wearing paranormal entities. From the red-headed hitchhiker of Route 44 in Massachusetts to the mysterious flannel man, and even a Sasquatch donning similar attire, a tapestry of cryptic encounters weaves through the fabric of these stories. In the thread that binds these narratives, the satyr or goatman appears, surprises, and then vanishes. With roots reaching back thousands of years, these cryptic beings, whether satyrs or goatmen, remain elusive, leaving us to ponder their existence in the shadows of the unexplored and the unknown. Deep within the wilderness of northern Maine lies a cryptid that has fascinated and mystified generations: the Spector Moose. Since its first sighting in 1891 by hunting guide Clarence Duffy near Lobster Lake, this enormous, ghostly white moose has become a legendary figure in local folklore. Its massive size, elusive nature, and mystical qualities have fueled tales that stretch across the vast and dense forests of the region. The saga of the Spector Moose begins with Duffy's encounter, followed by sightings from various witnesses, including a lumberman named John Ross and a New York hunter who fired at the creature in vain. In 1892, Howard Van Ness's harrowing experience added another layer to the growing myth. Despite numerous attempts to explain the creature as an albino or piebald moose, the Spector Moose's unique features and elusive behavior continue to defy conventional classification. Mystical qualities. Described as standing 10 to 15 feet tall, weighing nearly 2,500 pounds, and boasting antlers spanning 10 to 12 feet, the Spector Moose is unlike any other moose in Maine. Reports of it glowing faintly, disappearing, and walking through solid objects add a mystical dimension to its legend. Skeptics are challenged by the moose's brown eyes and robust health, features inconsistent with typical albino or piebald characteristics. Beyond its size and mystical traits, the Spector Moose's legend grows stranger with tales of hunters' encounters. In 1938, a hunter witnessed a herd of moose, one of which was of immense size and luminous white coloration. As he turned away briefly, the giant moose vanished, without a trace. Other stories include hunters claiming to kill and hang a white moose overnight, only to find it alive the next day. Locals take the legend seriously, believing that the Spector Moose appears before calamities. In 2002, some claim it was spotted shortly before a town's restaurant burned down. Despite waves of sightings and disappearances, the questions surrounding the Spector Moose persist. Is it an extraordinary breed of moose, or a mystical ghostly being that has roamed the region for over a century? In the cold, dark waters of Casco Bay, Maine, a mystery persists. A creature, known by locals as Cassie, the Casco Bay sea serpent, is said to roam these depths, a legend shrouded in eerie sightings and tales dating back to the birth of our nation. Cassie, an enormous sea serpent, stretches from 60 to 150 feet in length. Swift and elusive, it disappears in the blink of an eye, leaving witnesses in awe and trepidation. Its massive body, as thick as a barrel, displays an array of colors: dark green, mottled brown, and often reported as black with enormous black spots. Sightings of Cassie have been documented in the Casco Bay near Portland and Penobscot in Maine. Cryptozoologist Loren Coleman, a veteran investigator of unknown creatures, bestowed the name Cassie upon this elusive serpent. Despite its sea serpent moniker, scientists doubt Cassie's classification as a plesiosaur, given its remarkable speed, an attribute inconsistent with the known swimming capabilities of plesiosaurs. For years, Loren Coleman has delved into the mysterious accounts of Cassie's appearances. Stories date back to 1779, when a young sailor named Edward Preble reported a serpent-like creature in the bay. Despite skeptics, Coleman maintains a fascination with Cassie, seeing it as a symbol of the unexplored and undiscovered in the field of cryptozoology. In 1958, fisherman Ole Mickelson recounted a chilling encounter with Cassie off the coast of Cape Elizabeth. A massive serpent, colored like a flounder, approached their boat with an otherworldly curiosity. Every blast of the foghorn caused the creature to turn its head ever so slightly, leaving a lasting impression on Mickelson. As the years passed, reported sightings of Cassie became rare. Some speculate that the sea serpents, aware of the dangers posed by modern shipping lanes, have learned to avoid them. Loren Coleman suggests that these creatures, once deemed mythical, continue to navigate the depths, avoiding human interference. As we ponder the existence of Cassie, the Casco Bay sea serpent, the waters remain a realm of mystery and untold secrets. But Cassie isn't the only enigma said to live in the waters of Maine's Casco Bay. Tales of mermen, evil tritons of the sea, persist to this very day. A tale echoes through the ages: the legend of the merman of Casco Bay. Step back to the year 1639, when a daring man named Mr. Mitten embarked on a fateful journey, armed with a small boat and an unyielding spirit for adventure. According to John Josselin's accounts in his 1674 book, An Account of Two Voyages to New England, Mitten's encounter with the supernatural was nothing short of astonishing. As he circled a small island in Casco Bay, seeking the advantage of a shot in his pursuit of fowl, Mitten crossed paths with a triton, a merman of the deep. The triton, described as having hands resembling those of a man, approached Mitten's canoe. In a swift and desperate move, Mitten severed one of the triton's hands with a hatchet. The waters were dyed with purple blood as the creature vanished beneath the surface, never to be seen again. But was it a mere myth, or did the merman truly exist? John Josselin, an educated Englishman of noble birth, presented the account with a certain credibility. His choice of words, using the term Triton from classical Greek mythology, hinted at an educated perspective. Triton, son of the sea god Poseidon, was known for his conch shell and portrayed as a beneficent god. Yet, in plural form, Tritons were a group of minor sea deities, sometimes aggressive towards mankind, as described in ancient Greek tales. Mitten's tale, though intriguing, raises questions. Was it a fantastical encounter with a mythical being? Or could it have been a rare sighting of a marine creature lost in the annals of time? As we delve into the details of Michael Mitten's own account, we discover a peculiar incident among a group of English gentlemen in 1639. seated in the parlor of Henry Jocelyn's house, the governor of Piscataqua, Mittin recounted the harrowing tale of his encounter with the Triton. Theories emerge. Could it have been a manatee, a distant cousin of the mermaid, straying into the cold waters of Maine? Manatees, with humanoid faces and front flippers resembling hands, fit some aspects of Mittin's description. Their ability to walk along the substrate and manipulate objects could explain the merman's hand-like appearance. As the centuries pass, the merman of Casco Bay remains a cryptic figure, blending folklore with the mysteries of the deep. Maine is well known in fiction for its nightmarish, sewer-dwelling clown Pennywise from the mind of Stephen King. But in 2016, life imitated art in Maine. Sinister clowns terrorized communities, including Portland, Maine. Amid these unsettling tales were even more chilling accounts of clowns attempting to lure children into the darkness, though no photographs ever surfaced. These mysterious figures are known as phantom clowns. Lauren Coleman, a seasoned cryptozoologist and director of Portland's International Cryptozoology Museum, first coined the term phantom clowns in 1981. Coleman explained, "They were clowns that were seen but weren't there. Phantoms." In 1981, while working as a children's social worker in Boston, Coleman began to notice a disturbing pattern in the reports he received. He recounted, "They were the same description. One or two clowns in a van or near a van trying to abduct kids. And I then started picking this up in Somerville, Cambridge, Providence, Rhode Island." These sightings all had a sinister similarity. Children, never adults, described encounters with clowns who seemed to materialize out of nowhere, always near a van. The reports were eerily consistent. One day, a child would describe a clown with a painted smile, motioning them towards a dark van. The next day, another child in a different city would recount an almost identical experience. Despite the detailed descriptions, there were no photographs or adult witnesses, leading Coleman to a chilling conclusion. It was not a contagion. It was individuals in different parts of the country unknown to each other, having similar sightings. The reports of phantom clowns eventually dwindled, slipping into the shadows. Yet, as the 2016 clown craze erupted, Coleman recognized a haunting resurgence. Social media was flooded with images and videos of clowns, but the most disturbing reports remained photograph-free and came from terrified children. Phantom clowns are here to stay, Coleman warned, hinting at an unsettling permanence to these spectral figures. As the sinister sightings resurfaced, they cast a long shadow over Maine and the rest of the nation. Coleman's warning echoed through the cold nights, leaving a lingering question. What darkness lies in wait, just beyond the edge of our sight? The answer may well reside in the heart of Maine's chilling mysteries. In the mysterious woodlands of Turner, Maine, a chilling legend emerged in the early 2000s, the tale of the Turner Beast, also known as the Maine Mutant. This enigmatic creature, larger than a dog yet smaller than a wolf, prowled the city and woodlands, leaving a trail of fear and uncertainty in its wake. The first sightings of the Turner Beast occurred in the early 2000s, when reports surfaced of a mysterious creature hunting and killing pets left outside, including a tragic incident involving a Rottweiler. However, it wasn't until 2006 that the legend took a dramatic turn. In that fateful year, a woman walking down the street witnessed a surreal scene. A creature was in hot pursuit of a cat. The chase ended tragically as the creature was struck by a car and fled into the shadows. Undeterred, the woman followed the dying creature, eventually discovering its lifeless body. Pictures were taken, and the story took a cryptic turn. Renowned cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman ventured to the scene a few days later, finding only bones remaining from the creature's remains. However, a crucial discovery was made: a paw. This paw, subjected to a DNA test, unveiled the astonishing truth. The Turner beast was no ordinary creature. It was a hybrid, a genetic fusion of a dog and a wolf. The legend of the Turner beast, a relative newcomer to Maine's mythical creatures, echoed through the region, terrorizing the community for about 15 years. Media coverage, including a feature on Monster Quest's mutant canines, heightened the mystery surrounding this elusive creature. The Lewiston Sun-Journal reported that the beast met its demise in a car accident, and the DNA testing confirmed its hybrid nature. Yet, even with scientific explanations, the story retained an eerie aura. After the reports of the Turner beast gained national attention, a woman reached out to papers, believing the pictures of the creature in question to be her dog who had run away, a chow wolf hybrid. The Turner beast isn't the only case of unknown wolf cryptids being seen in Maine. In the 1990s, whispers of unsettling encounters began to circulate in rural Maine, particularly along the Sandy River. 2 University of Maine students ventured into the woods one moonless night, seeking solace by the river's edge. Unbeknownst to them, their peaceful outing would soon be shattered by a chilling encounter. As they settled into a secluded spot, a subtle unease settled over them, casting shadows on the tranquility of the forest. Suddenly, a rustling in the underbrush pierced the silence, sending a shiver down their spines. Emerging from the darkness was a towering figure, its form obscured by the night, its eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. The students recoiled in fear as they beheld the creature, a massive canine-like shape, its presence both menacing and mysterious. In that fleeting moment, they caught a glimpse of the unknown horrors that lurked in the depths of the Maine wilderness. And then, as quickly as it had appeared, the creature vanished into the night, leaving the students shaken and bewildered by the encounter. As the years passed, reports of similar encounters continued to surface, each one adding to the lore surrounding the mysterious dogman that prowled the darkness of the Maine wilderness. Then in 2006, on a quiet Memorial Day weekend, the Martins found themselves thrust into a nightmare of their own. Eric Martin, a sturdy farmer, and his family lived a peaceful life on their rural Maine farm, surrounded by dense woods. However, their tranquility was shattered when a pack of shadowy figures emerged from the depths of the forest, their forms flickering in the fading light. Locked in a desperate struggle for survival, the Martins fought valiantly to defend their home against the encroaching darkness. Inside their farmhouse, fear gripped their hearts as eerie howls pierced the night, signaling the presence of an otherworldly threat lurking just beyond their walls. With each passing moment, the tension mounted, and the air thickened with an oppressive sense of dread. In a bid to protect his family, Eric ventured outside to confront the creatures and retrieve their firearms from the barn. But as he stepped into the night, he was met with a chilling sight. The creatures, their eyes ablaze with an unholy light, surrounding him in a circle of malevolent intent. With his heart pounding and adrenaline coursing through his veins, Eric retreated to the safety of the farmhouse. Inside, the Martins gathered whatever makeshift weapons they could find, preparing to defend themselves against the unknown horrors that lurked outside their door. Through the long hours of the night, they remained vigilant, their hearts gripped by fear as the creatures continued their relentless assault on their home. But as dawn broke over the horizon, the creatures melted back into the shadows, leaving the Martins shaken but alive. As we conclude our exploration of Maine's cryptids, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The mysteries of the Pine Tree State run deep, echoing with the whispers of legends and the footprints of the unknown. From the shores of Casco Bay to the remote wilderness of Turner, the stories continue to fascinate and intrigue us. As we bid farewell to these mysterious beings, let us remember that the world is full of wonders yet to be discovered, waiting to ignite our imagination and spark the flames of curiosity once more. Until next time, May the mysteries of Maine's cryptids continue to haunt our dreams and beckon us into the realm of the unknown.